I have directed the Department of Finance and the BIR to accept Mighty Corporation's offer of 25 billion to settle its tax liabilities. After the settlement, Mighty will no longer engage in tobacco business. This will be the biggest tax settlement on record.
Bigyan ni Pangulong Duterte ng 10 araw ang negosyanteng si Lucio Tan para bayaran ang aabot sa 7 bilyong pisong utang di mano nito sa gobyerno. Banta pa ng Pangulo, ipapasara niya ang NAIA Terminal 2 na eksklusibong ginagamit ng PAL o ng Philippine Airlines. Nakikipagtulungan naman daw ang PAL para mabayaran ang kanilang obligasyon.
Kaya, Lucio Tan, 6 billion. Noon pa yan. Walang kolekta-kolekta. Walang bayad-bayad. Kasi matakot na mag-enforce ang ano dyan, Mayor. Kasi pag ginalaw mo, gastusan ka raw ng destabilization. Ako di, mas mabuti mag-contribute siya doon. Kasi kung may maniwala pa ng sundalo sa akin, siya unahin ko. Either magbayad ka, or tuloyin kita ulit.
Planning to restore the franchise of the network, adding that he does not have a problem with it. However, the president reiterated that he will not let the National Telecommunications Commission, or NTC, grant ABS-CBN the permit to operate unless and until their outstanding taxes are paid.
Kung ibigay ninyo yung franchise because it is within your power to do it, go ahead. Alam mo bakit? Unless and until babayaran ng mga Lopez ang taxes nila, I will ignore your franchise and I will not give them the license to operate. Kalukuhan yan. Yung may score na yan, I don't know that sino yan. Hindi mo sa kanila yan. Better go fight it. Do not create a ruckus there because, you know, do not beg for trouble with us. Because I'm just trying to be true to my promise. So any and all sa airport, inyo yan. The next time, if it happens, I will fire you. Customs, wala kang problema. Magdating ka, lalo na yung mga mahirap, ayaw kong... Kasi ang mga mahirap, nasabi ko sa customs, kung hindi naman yan drug career, huwag mo nang pakialaman. Kasi kung magbagol yan, mahihirap lang yan. Nagtatrabaho nga sa labas para makapag... tapos pagdating dyan, buksan mo, kunin mo pa yung pera. Ilan naman ang maya-maya kaming mga opisyal, magdaan namin, Mayor, sige Mayor, utang ina, isang train ng bagahe namin. Lusot ka. Yung mahirap, tapos ko na ng... Kaya na presidente ako, sabi ko, no more para sa mali. At pag nagdaglag ka ng bala, sigurado yung hindi 45, malaki yan. Ipalunok ko sa iyo yan. Kaya kung magdagdag ka ng bala dyan, gawin mo yung 22 para paglunok mo, kaya mong ilabas sa tiyan mo. Tingnan ninyo, kasi ito, walang kontrata hanggang ngayon kasi galit ako. Inaapura nila ako, sabi ko, you wait. Huwag mo akong apurahin, utang ina. Kasi yung kaso ninyo, airtight yan. Prosecutor ako. Me, I said, I'm proposing a new contract. You accept it. And if it's to your liking, sign it. If you don't, then there is no water. I will order the military to take over. And I will nationalize the water issue. And then I will file the corresponding charges. It's clearly, you ask any lawyer, it's clearly large scale or maybe plunder.
Gitna na nagbabagyang krisis sa tubig, lumabas ang desisyon ng International Arbitration Court na pumabor sa Manila Water. Nagugat ang kaso laban sa gobyerno nang hindi pinayagang magtaas-singil sa tubig ang Manila Water noong 2015. Ito ang sentro ng huling cabinet meeting kung saan inatasan ni Pangulong Duterte, sina Finance Secretary Carlos Dominguez at Solicitor General Jose Calida na baguhin ang concession agreement sa pagitan ng gobyerno at Manila Water pati na Maynilad.
Bigay mo sa kanila, this is the amended contract. Accept it or nothing doing.
Ginawaan niya kasing negosyo ang tubig at nakalagay pa sa kasunduan na maaaring kasuhan ang gobyerno sa International Arbitration Court kapag pinigilan nito ang dagdag singil.
They go to file the arbitration, talo talaga tayo. Puro sila yun eh. Kita mong kawalang hiyaan ng tao.
Pati may-ari ng Manila Water, binalaan ng presidente.
Let us stop this business of milking the people. Pag isang sampal kayo sa akin, maniwala kayo.
Kinisyon din ng presidente kung bakit nakalusot sa Kongreso ang concession agreement.
Marami yan sila. And we will expose them. And I will insist that they be tried for economic sabotage.
Wala pa reaksyon ng Maynilad habang nagpahayag naman ang Manila Water na handa itong tanggapin ang anumang sistema o paraan ng pagpapatupad ng desisyon ng tribunal.
We have, as the President has stated before, he has finally classified the CPP-MPA as a terrorist organization within the purview of the Human Security Act.
dahil sa mga nagawa ng Duterte administration. Sa ilalim kasi ng kanyang administrasyon, napakaba ng 10 taon ang validity ng mga pasaporte at driver's license. Taong 2017 nang permahan ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte ang Republic Act No. 10928 o ang batas na naglalayong i-extend ng 10 taon ang validity ng passport ng mga 18 years old pataas, habang 5 taon naman para sa mga edad 18 pababa. Nilagdan din noong 2017 ng Republic Act 10930 na layong pahabain sa 5 hanggang 10 taon mula sa 3 taon ang validity ng driver's license ng mga motoristang walang violation. Itinuturing na malaking bagay sa mga overseas Filipino workers at mga motorista ang naging hakbang na ito ng Administrasyong Duterte.
I know that you have some data for us that you wanted to talk about. Debt to GDP ratio.
Debt to GDP ratio right now is.
I think we have a chart for this. The debt to GDP ratio that we have.
This is the level of indebtedness. We were the reason why we are able to launch our bill program right now is because of the favorable condition. Look at our debt to GDP ratio. This is a measure of indebtedness. During the time of Mrs. Aquino, it was pretty high, 57%. In fact, it peaked in 1992 at 68. Ramos peaked in 72. Estrada 58.7. Look at Duterte's debt to GDP ratio. It's 41.8 average, and we anticipated this will decline to about 38-39%. That's very important because when you talk about people are scared of the debt, in carrying debt, the debt trap, right? Getting into the debt trap. But you know the right metric there is this one, debt to GDP ratio. It's not the absolute level of debt. Right now our debt is something like 7 trillion, right? So, but what is important is the debt to GDP ratio.
This is the proportion of
the debt
when compared to the
national
whole
economy.
Yes.
Okay. The received doctrine is, as far as I know, is 60%. If your debt to GDP ratio is 60% or lower, you're in pretty good shape. Okay. Now ours is 40, around 40. So we're in pretty good shape.
And moving on, we have infrastructure and other capital outlays as percentage of GDP. I think we also have a graphics for this, and you actually have it how many yearly series?
Yeah, I think there's. The question is, I've served 3 presidents, so which of this, what's my experience with the 3 presidents? Number one,
the presidents would be your USEC budget for Mrs. Cory Aquino, and then budget secretary for
Mr. Estrada.
Okay. And then now,
right? Mrs. Aquino, of the 3, has a extremely difficult time, right? She was faced with high debt to GDP ratio. The interest rates are pretty high.
But you were coming from martial law.
No, yeah, of course. There was a positive note there, but what I was saying. So if you look at our performance then, our infrastructure and other capital outlays, we were able to spend only about 2.3% of our, because of the difficulties. Interest rates are high. We are heavily indebted. Of course, Mr. Estrada his term was truncated. He was in office roughly 2 years. So and we're coming out of the Asian financial crisis. So that was the situation then. So to me, Mr. Duterte is the luckiest of the 3 because all the conditions are favorable for this kind of program, bill program.
There are 75 malasakit centers serving Filipinos all over the country. These centers will be of great help in ensuring that our people remain healthy and resilient during these challenging times.
President Rodrigo Duterte has pledged around $3 billion to modernize the military. Here is a look at some of the equipment the country has recently acquired. 2014, 8 helicopters from Canada for $116 million. 2016, 2 naval frigates from South Korea for $433 million. Air defense radar from Israel for $72 million. 2017, assault rifles, ammunition, and trucks donated by Russia. Machine guns, pistols, and grenade launchers donated by the U.S. worth about $193 million. Small arms donated by China worth about $9 million. 2018, a deal canceled by Duterte in February, 16 helicopters from Canada for $233 million.